Hey everybody, welcome back live at Drew's house, Joppa Afternoon Drive. Hope you're all doing well out there as the summer just absolutely flies by. Where is it going? You people know how much I love summer, and I hate it when it goes by fast, but rain and all that stuff makes it seem faster. But I don't know. John Moynihan, our guest today, one of my favorite guests. We do this a lot. He's probably just because I like you, John. You're probably on here, probably pushing the record now.
That'd be great. I'd be happy to have that record. I enjoy the conversations.
No, it's very nice. We were just actually talking off the record for too long, and I said, why haven't I started the show? Which I thought was,
it's fair enough.
Interesting. You got a new tattoo?
I did. As you know, Drew and I, we share a love of Dave.
Dave Matthews wearing the shirt today
Dave
too.
Dave Matthews Band, because I knew I was coming on.
Yeah.
Had to make sure that I was repping the brand. I got a new tattoo. Just something to remind me. It's from a great Dave song, one of my favorite songs. I think I told you this before, that Pig is one of my favorite songs of his. And I think I told you one of the last times I was here that there was going to be a time where this tattoo happened.
Yes.
Because, as we've all come through COVID, all worked through that, we all have our own little things that we do to remind us of, there's more to life. There's more to things, than was bothering us at that moment. Mm-hmm. And so that's what this is here for me. And what it says is, what point could there be troubling?
It's lovely.
It is. It's one of my favorite lines from that song. It's what point could there be troubling? Head down, wondering what will become of me. Why concern what you cannot see? No reason to abandon it. So it's just all about it's all gonna work out.
I love that song.
Yeah.
Actually, I believe isn't this wristband Pig? If I remember correctly.
I don't know.
It turns out not where you are, but who you're with.
No, that's best of what's around.
That's best of what's around. Stay up and make some memories. That's not. I thought for sure I had a pig bracelet at some point.
Well, either way,
it's a great song.
Now I have my pig.
That's great.
My
did you show it too?
No, I didn't.
Can you show it for the?
Yeah, I'll do what I can.
Let's see. Is that let me make sure.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, it's good.
All right,
that's good.
Great.
You people approve. Let's do it. Can we put a vote up too? How many people thumbs up, thumbs down? That's great. It's a good lyric. So you're happy with it? Happy how it came out?
I am. Yeah.
As a guy who doesn't have any tattoos and who continues to talk about getting tattoos, I just need something like. I don't know. I have commitment issues in that regard.
That's fair.
But do you get nervous while you're actually in the chair getting the tattoo?
No, no, not at all. And I've actually a friend of mine who's right here in Newbury who does it. I met her a few years ago, and she's done. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4.
She's fantastic. Is what you're saying?
Yeah, she's absolutely fantastic. I said out of Newbury. Her name is Elise. Can I say that name?
Yeah.
It's Boston Born Inc. here in out of Newbury. She's really great.
We like our local businesses.
Yes, indeed.
Tell her to come on. We can talk tattoos.
Sure. She's got some really great tattoos.
Yeah. Well, that's good. How you been? Good?
Yeah, I've been very good. I'm very busy.
You've had a lot of small acts in the house, like Judy Collins and stuff.
Yeah,
a couple of
things like that. Yeah, it's been a really busy summer, and it's things that we've been really working towards over the past. Over the past 6 years that I've been here, but it's even more so.
I'm so used to having you on that I think I don't even. John Moynihan from the Firehouse. Jesus.
You said it at the beginning.
I did?
You did. Yeah, right before you were talking about the record.
Sometimes I was thinking I just jumped into it. It's like, oh, hey, John's here. John from the Firehouse Center for the Arts in Newburyport. There you go. Yeah. Just in case I did. I don't know. I'm sure you're right. But, there's a point in the summertime where I feel like I do just kind of become, I don't know, too relaxed, and this show's not relaxed enough, right?
No, this show has always been so strict.
Business.
Honestly, Drew sends me 3 days ahead of time. These are the 4 topics we're going to talk about. Yeah. Don't deviate, never vary.
Let me just check my notes.
Judy Collins. Collins came at the end of June. It was June 29th.
It was great.
It was fantastic. She played. We brought our big Steinway B out in front of the Pippin set. She played the guitar, and she's 84 years old. Mm-hmm. 84 years old, and I got to tell you, still put on one heck of a show. There's never a time when I hear her version of Send in the Clowns that there will not be not only streaming down my face tears, but honestly, everybody in the audience, you could have heard a pin drop when that song started. And even the stories, the stories that she would tell. She's been doing this for over almost 60 years, since the mid 60s. She's been on the scene, and she's just continues to be a consummate professional, and is really really fun to work with, and really really relaxed, which is great with someone of her stature.
Can we talk about still touring at like 84 too?
Right?
Because I mean,
I know
it's incredible.
It really is.
It's great.
It really is. Like she played she played us on a Thursday night. A couple days later, she was out in Northampton playing the Academy of Music out there, and she says, I mean, still does it.
You gotta love it, right, to be doing it.
You
I mean,
do.
she certainly doesn't need to be doing it.
I'm sure not.
I mean, it's like she must just be doing it for the love of the art.
I think so. Yeah, and I think it gives her, it continues to give her purpose. It continues to drive her in what she's doing.
There's something beautiful about that.
There really is. I said to my board, and I said to so many of the folks that were there that night, like, I hope I have a fraction of the energy that she has when I'm 84. You know, she steps out there. She was wearing, spiked high heels, like. Yeah. Man, she is the consummate professional show person through and through. And
I better have that at 44.
Yeah, right. Fair enough. But
and I'll bring out my spiked high heels too.
I think you should. I think you should.
Ridiculous.
She was the kickoff of what we've been calling our living room series, living room concert series, and that's where you see a big name artist that doesn't usually play, a 191 seat room, in a place that you're probably never going to see him again.
Yeah.
It's a premium ticket price, but what you get is just one of those, once in a lifetime experiences.
It's never going to happen again.
Never going to happen again.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully it does with her. Hopefully we get her back again.
Well,
but,
you don't want to rule that out.
But you know what I mean. But it's just like one of those really special things. We have another one coming up with Madeline Peru at the end of October.
Nice.
She's doing 2 nights. Her tickets are already selling really well, and then we're planning something really cool for New Year's weekend. We can't quite announce it yet, but we have some really fun ideas that we're working on to end the year with some really exciting things, really exciting music. So
awesome.
Yeah,
you always have a couple secrets on here, which is nice.
I know,
guess
right?
that's why we keep having you on regularly, because you have to pay off the secrets. He's like a tease master.
It could be it.
Again, Joe Moynihan joining us from the Firehouse. I will say I spent a lot of time here during Yankee homecoming week.
Sure.
Both for the Boston station, WBZ, and this one. I was, and just because I have a lot of friends here and I enjoy homecoming week. I'm an action junkie, and there's a lot of action that week, and I like it. And a lot of people walking around your place, a lot of tourists saying, "Oh, this place looks lovely."
And it sure is.
And I made sure to, say, well, it's fantastic. Go bother John.
I know. Were you around for the parade at all on Sunday?
I was not here Sunday, no.
Well, go back and watch the live stream of the video, and you can see us rocking out with with the Rock of Ages cast for the float.
I saw a video of you guys actually. Yeah, that was maybe it was our video we took it on, because I know we were filming it.
Yeah, you were filming it, and then we also put together like a little reel that was on Instagram. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. So
that looked fantastic.
It was so much fun, and that's to promote Rock of Ages, which is playing right now at the Firehouse, and it runs through September 3rd.
Beautiful.
Rock of Ages. It's 80s music. It's 80s rock classics. You're gonna know every single song that's in the show.
Like a love song by
Sarah Bareilles? No, I'm pretty sure it's a little bit later.
John got all over me. At the last show we had, I referred to Sarah Bareilles' love song as a 90s hit or a 90s pop hit. And John goes, "Drew, you are wrong, my friend. That song was 2000 and whatever it was."
2007.
Was it 2007?
Is when that song came out.
God, it feels like... well, that just means I'm getting older, right? Because it felt like my childhood. But I guess, Alanis was more...
Alanis is 90s.
That's okay.
Very much. I think pretty sure Jagged Little Pill was like 94.
94, okay.
Was when that album
so
came
13
out,
years later, Love Song came around.
Very different vibe. Yeah. Also between Sarah Bareilles and Alanis.
Yes, sure. Both extremely talented.
Yes, indeed.
That similarity. What's that other? I was actually thinking. Whenever I hear Love Song, I think of like 90s women who rocked the piano, because there was like a lot of them that came through.
You think of Vanessa Carlton?
Yes.
Yeah.
Making my way down.
Also not 90s.
Not 90s. Yeah, 2000s. Right. The same thing.
Yep.
I saw Vanessa Carlton Carlton opened. That was the right song, right? Oh, making my way downtown. Okay. She did I tell you the story before? She opened up for Stevie Nicks a couple years ago.
No, that must have been amazing.
Well, it was, but it was a weird night. My mother wanted to go see Stevie Nicks, and I love Stevie Nicks. I've seen her before.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, any chance to go see her. You don't have to twist my arm.
Yeah, right.
So we went down to Mansfield,
and
we go. It was downpouring, like thunderstorms. We got there early and everything, but my sister lives in Mansfield, so we hung out, did a little pregame at her house, went over to see Vanessa Carlton. We made sure we were there early to see her because we wanted to see her.
Sure.
And basically it was downpouring so much. She gets on stage, starts playing a couple songs, and I think the story goes what had happened was they told Stevie, we're going to push you back.
Yeah.
We're going to need to take a break after the opener, and we're going to delay the show. There's thunder in the air. The forecast shifted.
Yep.
Or the radar, whatever, the storm stalled or whatever. And they said, we got to go. There's a window here. We got to go early rather than later.
Yeah.
So Vanessa Carlton is playing, and she's done like 3 songs.
Yep.
And he goes, she looks to the side and goes, we got time. She's trying to kind of follow on what's going on.
Yeah.
We got time for a couple more here, right? She goes, oh, no. She goes, well, that's it. Thank you, everybody. And waves and goes off. And she was so cool about it. She had already played, that hit song of hers.
Course. She knew she was probably going to get cut off at one point. So it's like, I was got to get this one in.
Made sure she did it. But she goes, yeah, we got time for a couple more, right? No is the answer to that. Okay. Well, goodbye, Mansfield. We'll see you next time. And then they got Stevie on quickly. I heard from so many people that night who were driving in.
Yeah.
And, raining out there, too. So it's like the traffic's bad.
Right.
It's already bad, but now it's worse. And they were like, we heard landslide when we pulled in and turned around. We were like, we've missed the show. Yeah, so
that's too
tough.
bad.
I know.
That's too bad.
One of those concert stories.
Yeah, there's always one. But speaking of rock concerts, like I said, Rock of Ages.
Yes.
It's September 3rd.
Oh.
It is a rock concert.
It is.
On stage.
It's a party.
It is an absolute party.
Okay.
I mean, from start to finish, there is, haze, fog. Like you feel that you are in.
I love haze and fog.
An 80s rock club. The lights. It's for the first time we're using one of our COVID purchases was to get some really high quality cameras so that we could we could continue to stream during, and now we're using them in a different way so that there's live video happening. Behind the actors on stage, and it's a really cool use of the system. The band is right on stage, and they're rocking out. I mean, it is
cool.
It is a
Where are
rock
you?
show.
Are you? What are you doing? Are you in the crowd for this, or are you?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes, but sometimes I like to I joke that I'll walk on stage one day and just start playing guitar. Not good enough to do what they're doing, but it'd be fun. But no, it is a rock show from start to finish, and honestly, I can't. I love it. It's.
I can tell you love that one.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites that we've done.
You talk glowingly about
here, but
all your guests, but that's there's certain ones that light your eyes up. I know.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no, that's outstanding.
Yeah.
You actually have I know we have some mutual friends that are appearing at the house, and some guests of the show. Jay Pissarros is coming into your house, I think. Have we announced that yet?
We haven't. That's all right though. But
I've done it again.
No, that's okay because it's not it's not hidden. We're just waiting on getting some finalized. Some final things there. So Jay, if you're listening, call me.
Let's book that so Drew doesn't run with it anymore.
No, but that's actually that show is sandwiched between it's going to end up being a really nice week of music.
Yeah.
Because that Wednesday, we just announced on Friday that Grace Kelly is going to be there.
Is it right before Halloween, kind of leading up to Halloween?
Right before Halloween. So October 25th, Grace Kelly. For those of you who don't know, why not? I mean, she is just phenomenal. She went to school here at Berkeley. Yeah. But my goodness, she is. I can't even put into words. This is going to be a really cool show.
Gotcha.
Really great show here at the Firehouse. And then we got Jay, and then we have Madeline Peru, the 27th and 28th.
That's the. I can't believe we're talking about Halloween, and I know you're booking through the holidays already, but Martin Sexton Before Christmas.
Martin
I know
Sexton
that's one of my favorites.
on December 14th.
You know how much I love him.
I do. You were instrumental in making a portion of that happen.
No,
so
I don't do any of these things. This kid here, I know the cameras don't go on the wall.
Yeah.
Hang on, let me grab the thing. I'll do him a solid here, and I'll break things while I do it.
Yeah.
But Gavin, we had Gavin on the show, right? Is that I think that translates to the old camera there, right? Look good.
I can't see it. It's looking at you.
Yeah, I believe I'm in control of this. Lee's like, nope, failing. Gavin, you had he sold your place out.
He did, on August 9th.
Dude's a talent.
He really is.
A young talent.
A very young talent. 16 years old.
Yeah.
16 years old. And as I said to the audience when he played, this is probably one of the last times you get to see him in a place that small.
Oh, you think so?
In that affordable. He's going places.
Yeah.
I said to them they're going to see me, in Nashville at the the Ryman.
Yeah. Well, he already played Nashville, like the kind of club scene there, I guess, for like they did a trip.
Yeah.
He was telling me on this show.
Oh, nice.
And he kind of like even his dad was going to tell me off the air, like he kind of caught fire out there. Like people were asking for more and encores and stuff. So yeah, he's got, and it's here. I think it's cool for me to see like the school support he has.
Yeah.
All like the Triton, right? Yeah. All the Triton kids, I think, like to go and see him. He's like a legit, star to them.
Yeah.
They legitimately love his music. It's not just like a friend. It's like they know all the words and everything. So
yeah, I mean, honestly, I was blown away.
Really?
I was blown away when
that takes a lot for you to say that. You've seen some things.
I have seen some things, but no, he's a very, very talented guitar player, talented songwriter.
Yeah.
He's got what it takes. He got the chops.
Yeah. Dad was a good player too. Dad
Terry, Terry's very good. Terry plays not only the rhythm guitar, but he plays the mando. Plays some mandolin.
Yeah, very nice.
which is pretty cool. But yeah, I mean it's. I think that it's he's going to be able to really do something.
We have talked about this before, but it must be rewarding in your job because you run the place, you book all the guests and everything, and it must be rewarding to have a range of like the artists you have. We've talked about like the superstars that you got Judy Collins at 84 coming through.
Yep.
And then on the other end of the spectrum, you got the 16-year-old high school kid who's like just making his bones and like you can tell he's going places. Like it must be very rewarding to see that.
It is. I mean, it is. Like it reminds me of Ben Aramo a few years back. He was one of the first people that I had back when they were Cold Spring Harbor. Now they're Scenes.
Yep.
He does the Billy Joel tribute. And just to see how far he's come and to see how far, his musicianship. I mean, he was always a great musician. But now even the band that he has behind him is has grown and evolved and it's really great to see the local talent here in the greater Newburyport region really blossom. And I'm proud that we play a small part in that development.
Yeah, small, but like those local guys, that especially the ones that are from here in this area, whether it be Newburyport, North Shore, whatever, they like live for that.
Absolutely.
Like, I mean, you like the Firehouse. Like I used to dream about playing
Yeah, Terry was saying that when Michael Bernier of Involvement Music, booked him there. He's like, wow, wait. First, I've never seen a rock show there, but that's really cool. It's really cool to be able to play the local, play the local spot.
Yeah. Never seen a rock show. I've seen rock. Well, but I mean, I guess it depends on what you consider rock, right?
I mean, they're a bit more. Like they're rocking. They are loud. They had that place. As I was walking around like during the show, you could hear them. You could hear them from sea level. You can hear them outside sea level, just because of the way that the building is. So like in that alleyway in between.
Wow.
And man, they were, like I said, they burned the place down, if you will. It's the Firehouse. So gotta throw a little fire reference in there as we can.
We tricked one of the people outside here today by he's a fireman. He puts out fires.
I gotta tell you, I'm not sure she believed it. I don't think that she really believed it. But I think when you said Firehouse and she first was like, not in my town. Yeah. Thank goodness, not in my town.
You're wearing the hat too, which I thought may have. I guess not everybody reads the hats. I understand. You know what I'm noticing here? A little difference in today's studio. I noticed you just kind of looked out the window. I have made the executive decision here today to open the window. Which I thought might be nice. But I did it because
a little breeze in here.
Yeah, there's breeze. Sometimes musicians come through, and I think people like to hear the stuff outside.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just I like that. But I'm also noticing in my ears, because these headphones are fantastic. Yeah. I'm hearing the birds chirping.
I was wondering what that was.
Are you hearing that?
Yeah, I was wondering what that was.
It's kind of lovely now that you know what it is, right?
It is. Yeah. I really appreciate that.
You want to just be silent and take it all in?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Doesn't make for good radio though.
Lee's first show. What? Wait a minute. What are they doing?
Why is there 3 minutes of silence?
What are they doing? Oh, that's too funny.
Yeah.
Well, summer's been good though. It's flying by, right?
Summer's flying by. I mean, I can't believe it. I can't believe how quickly, we close our season again on September 3rd with when Rock of Ages ends. We still have some music that's coming through. John Gorka's coming through at the end of the at the end of the month. Previously we had Gavin Morengi, and then we've had this great group called The Common Heart. They are another really great group. They're a unique sound of like blues and blues, jazz, funk. They're going to be they were again blew the doors off the place.
Wow.
Yeah,
I like that. You said that was dipping into your old school radio voice, right?
Yeah, gotta get into it.
Yeah, here on Joppa Radio, WJOP 96.3.
Yes, this is David Allen Boucher.
David Allen Boucher was something, man. Is something.
He really is.
But
good old bedtime magic. Used to listen to that growing up.
Did you go to bed to that?
No.
I did. I went through a period.
Nice.
I don't know. It was relaxing for me.
Have I not told you what I used to fall asleep to?
I don't remember.
Have I not told you my obsession with Jurassic Park?
Oh, yeah. I do remember that. Would you like to tell it again?
Sure. So had the old talk boy from Home Alone 2 recorded both sides of a cassette tape of actually I think it probably needed 2 because it's a long movie.
Yeah.
Long movie. Recorded it all and fall asleep listening to that movie. So I can always by watching it with my wife, she hates it because I will just say every single line.
How much Jurassic Park first Hanson memorabilia is in the house? Would you say?
Far more Hanson. I don't do a lot of memorabilia stuff. I just it just lives in my heart.
Yeah, sure.
And in my brain. It is. I mean, honestly, that one legitimately is a part of me.
Yeah,
forever. But no, I didn't. My wife and I, speaking of Hanson, we just went to go see them down at Foxwoods.
I remember that. Yeah.
My Lord.
Yeah.
It was like I was talking with the with their agent later on. I was like, I think that's probably the best and most relaxed I've seen them, and I've seen them probably
167 times.
No, probably like 8 or 10 times over the past 8 years.
Yeah.
And it was really something else.
Yeah.
I know everybody's listening to this like, Hanson's still around. Yes, they are, and they still put on a heck of a show, and they have good music.
I think people. Do you find that they're getting like because they were huge.
Yeah, to a certain crowd, they really still are.
They hit me, but like when Bop dropped for that, like my generation, that was probably middle school, Drew. If I remember correctly.
It was like 97. So that's a 90s band.
Yeah, that's a 90s band. Yeah, exactly. They were like as big as it gets for that, but like everybody was listening to that.
100%. And they actually just did a remix of it. Not a remix. They recorded it again.
Yeah, as adults.
Right. Well, they've done it a few times, but this time their next leg of their tour is they're going to. They're going to Europe, and they're touring with an old like British punk band, Busted. That that had broken up, and then they're getting back together. But
Hanson knowledge, look at you.
I know, right? But no, the reason why I'm saying this is because they just did this Bop 2.0, and it's more like a punk version of it. It's good.
Yeah, they're good. They're good musicians.
They're fantastic musicians. My wife was saying at the show, she's like, "You were really into it." I was one
of those nights.
It really was. I was like, why? Because like it really hit me this time. Like it was. I mean, every time I've seen them, like it's been good. But that I've seen them at House of Blues, different vibe. Seen them at Hampton Beach, very different vibe. Saw them at they did a tour where they put all their music to with a string orchestra.
Oh yeah,
it was again really great. I know. Thank you for indulging me. Drew's looking at me. His eyes are glassing over.
I know nothing makes you happier.
I know this is so. I honestly never would have thought if you had told me like when we first started this that the majority of our conversation would either be Hanson or Dave. Dave, I would believe. Hanson, I would not. I feel like I need to continue to let people know that not only are they around, but they're still. Honestly, they are probably some of the better musicians that are.
Troubadour.
That are still touring and doing things.
I promise you, John does not get a dime for any of the Hanson promotion.
God,
Just out there fighting the good fight.
But if you're listening, Firehouse Center for the Arts would love to have you.
Don't forget what I do for you. Oh man, that's funny. You could probably relate to this, right? Because I was telling my sister. My sister really wanted to go see Pink at Fenway.
Oh yeah.
And I actually didn't realize somehow. My sister and I are close, but I didn't realize how big of a Pink fan she was. And I think even her husband didn't realize, because he texted me afterwards and said, "I feel like I should have tried harder to get Pink tickets." Your sister, my sister, was very. She was just like cringing at the night when she couldn't go. She was like devastated she didn't jump on it. Yeah. And I said, no. So I sent her a nice text message, and just I felt like it was good older brother advice.
Of course.
I said, I find you just move on from these things, right? Because sometimes you go in with all these big expectations, and some of the best shows are, really these things. Once you see a lot of shows, and you've seen plenty of shows too. It's like not so much about the artist, but it's kind of like where does it fall in your life? Like what night in your life? What venue? Is it the right time? Like that sort of thing. And that's kind of what makes a good night.
Absolutely.
It's not always. Sometimes if you go to I love Dave Matthews, but, not every night I'm going to go see Dave Matthews. It's going to be the best show I've ever seen in my life.
It's true. We've talked about that.
Yeah. I don't want to get you going on that subject.
My bad experience.
You've had bounce back shows though, right?
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. That's what I kind of like about him too. You never really know what you're going to get, but
yeah, exactly.
I'm having that inner struggle right now with Springsteen coming up.
I know. I remember you telling me about that. Like, do you want to do it just to hear Glory Days again?
Yeah. Well, so the Boston. I think probably the last time I had you on, I was talking about skipping Boston, which I did. I followed through on that.
Good for you.
No, I'm just not doing it.
Yeah.
But I will do one of the Gillette shows. There's 2.
Yeah.
But I don't think I'll do. There was a day where I would never miss a show.
Right.
And I just, the set list. He's doing the whole thing where it's like one crafted show now.
Right.
We're not doing the static set list like it used to be, where it's all over the place.
Right.
And I don't think I'm going to pay for both shows.
Right. Why not? Right. Why, if you're going to see the same thing 2 days in a row?
And you're right. If I hear Glory Days 2 days in a row, that's not good for the health.
I'm not coming back from Gillette.
And it's worse. The worst part about that is everybody loves it.
I know. Well, again, I think, I think what everyone loves is the nostalgia.
Yes.
And I think that's part of why Judy Collins did so well.
Yeah.
Is because people are remembering, like they're thinking about that, and that's why you have these artists that are touring around that probably hadn't toured heavily for 5 or 10 years, but now folks our age, Drew, are like, I remember the 90s and early 2000s. I want to go see that band again.
Yeah,
it's like honestly, I was saying earlier today, it reminds me of when we were growing up, and like in the 80s and 90s, and people are like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go see the Rolling Stones. I'm going to go see Queen, or I'm going to go see, who else can we think of? But like Bon Jovi, who'd been around for 10, 15 years. We're like, why don't we go see them?
Yeah.
You already know all their songs.
Right.
And now we're like, oh, this is why. Because it reminds us of, not only of like our youth, but just like the music and what really, what you're saying, as you were saying to your sister, like how you felt at that time, how that music moved you at that time. And I think it's such an interesting human concept that we live. We lived for not for the past, but to know that's still know that's still
it makes
there.
you feel connected to another time, which is that's what music does.
It does. I mean, like things. I'm going to pull back to the Firehouse real quick.
I like that. Because it's just a professional thing to do.
It's a professional thing to do.
Yeah. Somebody in your position.
We have in September we have Peter Yarrow coming back. Peter, Paul, and Mary. People will go because they love those songs. They're going to hear If I Were a Hammer. They're going to hear if Puff the Magic Dragon. Peter's going to pull everyone up on stage for that, as he usually does, and everyone's going to sing along, and it's going to be a lot of fun. But it's again one of those nostalgia and those sharing that music with your kids and your grandkids and stuff like that. Similar with with Tom Chapin coming back at the end of September 24th, and Yarrow September 14th. Again, it's just those things. I mean, Tom Chapin has been doing this for gosh, 50
Yeah.
years. Obviously a lot of everyone knows his brother Harry and Cats in the Cradle, but Tom sings that song and tell stories about Harry. But Tom also had a really great career of doing children's music.
Yeah.
And it's just a really nice sort of reminder of because we can turn on the TV and just sort of a reminder of a simpler time.
Yeah.
When we didn't have to,
That relative with the same name thing is it's a hard thing sometimes, don't you think?
What do you
mean? They have the Chapin.
Like Chapin?
Yeah.
Yeah, you mean like Livingston and James Taylor?
Yes. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's a little different. But actually, I just bumped. Weird you said that. I just bumped into Livingston Taylor's manager last night.
Ralph?
You know Ralph?
I do know Ralph.
Such a small world.
It is. Well, because Liv's played at the Firehouse a bunch of times. So
right.
Ralph always makes a way up there. Yeah. Ralph's a good guy.
It is. But yeah, I remember thinking there's been some, even like they don't hit it big in like a professional career. I've seen like a lot of sons of musicians even like try to go to college and play like the coffee houses and stuff. Yeah. And it's like, you get this weird kind of fan group of just out of curiosity, and there's like this immediate pressure, like when there probably shouldn't be immediate pressure.
Exactly.
I've always thought of that.
Looking at you, Tal Bachman.
There you go. Yes. I took it upon myself not to name names, but I like how you just went for it. That's
Lee, can you cut that out? I don't know whose agent is it. I don't want
Lee's like, now I'm going to cut out at least 6 segments here. There was this whole long part about Hanson, and
no, you got to keep Hanson in. Always keep Hanson in.
One rule during these: always keep Hanson in.
Exactly. And then we like I said, throughout August we have some really great things, and then on September 8th, it's a Friday night, is our big fundraiser. It's our annual fundraiser. It's one thing we do once a year, but it really helps drive a lot of what we a lot of what we do, and we look to raise 100,000 plus to make it all feasible. Yeah. Because that's how we get people like Judy Collins to come in when they see the support of the community around them, and then when they it allows us to be able to throw in a little bit extra for some of these larger artists.
No doubt. Yeah, well, that's cool. Do you guys do this fundraiser every year? Is that annual?
We do. Yeah, we've done it. We've kind of jumped around as to where it has been. It's been in March for a bit, and the past 3 or 4 years we've done it in September. We did a fun COVID one where I hung out in a
everything was fun in COVID.
Yeah, right. I hung out in like a TV studio by myself outside of like the folks that were filming and producing for us. But yeah, I just sat in the room all day by myself.
Nice.
And popped out every like 10-15 minutes when it was time for me to do something.
Yeah.
And it was that was an interesting way to do it. Last year we did it over at Turner Hill, and this year we're doing it at the Black Swan Country Club in Georgetown.
Just good pizza over there.
Oh, with American flatbread. Yeah.
I've had a few of those after a nice golf round.
Perfect. I've not had American flatbread yet, but I've heard good things.
I also heard they put a bowling alley in.
I'll have to look. I'll do my research and I'll get back to you on that.
Thank you. Sources tell me.
Sources tell you. There is a secret bowling alley at Turner Hill.
It's no longer a secret. You just said it on the radio.
Well, I mean, everyone knows about it.
Oh, it's not a secret.
It's not like a real secret, but the story behind it is that during Prohibition, it was a speakeasy.
Oh, yeah.
And so it was like a hidden bar. But then when it became, I forget, it became some sort of like monastery or something like that. So when that happened, the priests turned it into a bowling alley. But it was funny because it's behind a confessional. So you go in like you're going to take confession. You actually just walk down a set of stairs. And
I like that. That's
so
good.
It was hidden. It was hidden well.
Confessions this way.
Yeah.
The Hudson, Massachusetts was a town that I lived in for a few years.
Oh yeah.
And
I'm from Natick. You know that?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so, but it's been a while since we talked about that. Yeah, not too Central Mass.
Central Mass.
Yeah, and in Hudson, it was kind of an up and coming town when I was living there, and I'm sure it's even more up and coming at this particular moment.
For sure.
But this day had a speakeasy there, and I remember, it was behind the ice cream shop. And you walked around the ice cream corner, and you were in the back, and there was a guy here, women, I don't know. Yeah. Somebody was back there all day. Every time I ever went in
Watch
there,
the password.
who would open up the brown.
Yeah.
That was. What are you looking for?
I know, that's great. Yeah.
There's that sort of thing. They're fun.
I like it. They are fun. It's nice to have the help. Again, back to nostalgia.
Nostalgia. That's the theme of today's show, I think.
Apparently. Yeah.
Nostalgia. In the late dog days of summer.
In the late dog days of summer, we're looking backwards while looking forwards.
Ooh.
See that?
I like that.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll be my tattoo, my first tattoo.
Yeah, I expect to get credit on that. I mean, he needs to say
John
Moynihan.
Firefighter. Oh, that's fantastic. It does. Final couple minutes here again with John Moynihan of the Firehouse Performance Center for the Arts, right down the street here. Lovely spot, and it's you get the hat on.
You get the hat. We sell the swag. You can buy it online.
Oh, do you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, swag is good. It's funny. I meant to buy merchandise at I saw the lovely Chad Stokes the other day.
Yeah, you did.
I remember talking to you before I went, and I noticed I was looking for. I don't have any like latest Dispatch or Chad stuff.
Yeah.
I just don't. I guess I don't buy as much as I used to. There was a period where I had so much concert stuff.
Yeah.
That I remember going through one day and being like, we gotta get rid of stuff, and I ended up getting rid of so much that I was like, you know what, stop buying concert stuff.
Yep.
You've done your part for these people.
Yep.
They appreciate it. Now just go enjoy the music.
Yeah, I like that.
But I did. I was looking for merchandise, and I noticed he didn't even have any up, which is very Chad-like.
No, it's all very very indie artist.
Yes, but yeah, I guess there's nothing here, so I won't even look. But I don't know where I was going with that, but it was a good show.
I believe it. I
love that guy.
He did 2 that night, right?
He what?
He did 2 that day.
Yeah, is that a new thing?
Well, so a lot of times it's the same reason why we're doing 2 with Martin. It's a way to keep the ticket price.
Oh yeah, you're doing 2 with Martin Sexton.
Yeah, we're doing 2 with Martin Sexton on December 14th. But it's a way to keep the ticket price at a level that that the artist feels good about, while also making sure that they're getting it's something that smaller venues will do.
Yeah.
To make it.
How did that
work? But
do artists generally love that or? Not so much.
I don't know.
Yeah.
To be honest, this is not the first time that the Martin has done this. He did it up at that same venue that you were at this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
He done it.
Although
that's before.
For some reason it definitely worked. Where I was up at the Word Barn in Exeter, New Hampshire.
That's where it is.
And he. But it felt like he had like all the family there, and it was kind of like I can understand.
Was that one? Was it in the Meadow or was it in?
Yeah, it was in the Meadow. Yeah, I've never seen a show actually, and it looked like a cool thing.
It is. It's a cool space.
Unique air. Yeah, it's a unique idea to have like the barn. And I'm you drive there, and you're like, is it here? Am I going the right way?
It is. The story behind it used to be the horse stables of the Rains Farm, which is across the street.
Oh yeah.
So that's how it became, and then when I was working with Ben back in Portsmouth, and when he bought the house down there, he always had this dream. And his wife is a poet.
Sarah, right?
Yeah, Sarah.
Yeah, I got to talk with her more. She was lovely.
Yeah. She is. And they honestly, what they have created in that community is beautiful. It's a really. He did exactly what he set out to do.
Yeah, because you guys go way back, right?
Oh yeah, almost 15 years.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's exactly what he set out to do, of wanting it to be a community place, a place where people can come in and see great artists and see great up and coming artists. And that is one thing that Ben has always been really, really good at pinpointing who's going places and getting them beforehand. I'll always remember he went down to the
what's Ben's last name again?
Anderson,
thank you.
Yeah, so he went down to the Folk Alliance in Missouri, in St. Louis. I think it's in St. Louis. Either way, he went down there probably 10, 12 years ago now, and he came back and he's like, okay, I need to book this guy. He's going to be coming. Like I saw him on the roof of the hotel. Is where he performed. He's performing on the roof of the hotel. He's this one man band. He plays everything out of it's like a tin pot, a suitcase, and all that. And it was the Suitcase Junket. So that was in the first time he came.
Good identifying,
right? Exactly. So the first time he came to to Prescott Park, he did great. He's played Word Barn a couple times. He's played the Firehouse a couple times. I mean, and just he is like Ben is a great evaluator of musical talent.
Yeah. Oh well, that's good. That's good to know. I told my father they bought a little cabin, but it came with like a chapel that was broken down on the road up in Maine, kind of a little rehab project up in the woods up there. Yeah. And I looked at the chapel and I said, this is
do it.
I'm gonna get John. We're gonna
seriously. Well, because again, it goes back to like that's part of not only from the audience experience, but that's part of the uniqueness is part for for the artist as well.
Yeah.
You know, being able to do something like that, and being able to be in a 100-seat room, or I don't actually know how much the Meadow is. It was 100, 150.
Yeah.
But you know, the Bird Barn proper. But being able to do something special like that, a lot of times is really special for the artist, especially if you can make the money work.
Well, that's the thing. It's like there's, I don't know how many you said, 150. I don't even know if it was that much. I do know they sold it out,
Right.
and I don't know if that's because of parking or whatever.
Yeah,
but like, you think of a guy like Chad, he's like, it's just as happy there as playing in front of 100,000.
Right, like
at the Esplanade. You know,
I was gonna say, you think about their last show at the Hat Shell.
Yeah.
You know, their last show when they were
the last dispatch.
The last dispatch show.
Yes. Yeah.
Before.
They're not the first to do that.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
Looking at you, Nikki Sixx.
Yeah, you want to keep going?
I can never I mean, I'm never getting them. Not dispatch, but I'm never getting. Gosh, now I can't even think of. Tommy Lee, Nikki Sixx, but.
Oh, the Sex Pistols. It was the Tommy Lee band.
Yeah, I can't even.
Tommy Lee on drums.
Yeah, but they did this whole thing where it was their final tour, tour, and then a year later they're back and doing it again. I mean, I think it goes back to sort of what we were talking about with
Motley Crue.
Motley Crue, yeah. Gosh,
Good
that was
Lord.
really embarrassing for both of us.
Lee, let's cut that part.
Yeah, please. But then it goes back to kind of sort of what we were talking about with Judy Collins and why she's doing it at 84.
Yeah.
Like some of these people are like, yeah, no, we're done. We can't do it anymore. We're not going to do it. And then they miss it.
Yeah.
They miss it. They need it. They need to feel like they're playing that music. It drives.
Yeah.
It drives. And I think that's true of a lot of musicians, and that's why they have these crazy, a lot of times these crazy tour schedules is because it's like this is what it fulfills me. This is what makes me, feel like I'm living my, I'm living my life. And then, we can talk about this from anybody that's sort of done that, whether it's a sports star or a musician. Like once that's gone, what do you do?
Yeah, and if you're not doing it, Tom Brady, yeah. And if you're not doing it, like you worry, like where is your place in life if you're when you're not doing those things you love, right?
No, because we're getting philosophical.
I know. That's a real deep way to end the show, Drew. Okay, let's go back to Lee Cusack because she's done a great job here. First couple shows ever putting this thing together. Thank you, Lee. I appreciate you very much. And she's doing some schedule adjustments for me because again, I am difficult.
Thank you,
difficult Lee. People. I know there's many of you in life who already know this, but I'm not the easiest. So Lee is adjusting things for me. Thank you, Lee. I appreciate it very much. Sarah Hayden, the boss, and Ryan Rothberg, and whoever else is here today. I can't really see, but I hear whatever there's yelling out there. But I'm sure
Lee's saying something.
Yeah, somebody's like, "There's other people here."
Nope.
And others, and the gang, and our small but mighty crew. No. It's hard giving the whole crew. Yeah, you know this. You got so many people.
Yeah, trying to say thank you to everybody. It's part of a production. Going from like, the musicians and there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people that go into making a show happen.
It's crazy. I mean, I don't do anything.
I mean,
I talk to you.
I
do that anyway.
Yeah, but I mean that's part of what sells this thing.
Well, yeah. I understand, but I'm just saying, from a practical standpoint.
Yeah.
I don't do very much.
But you have a great team around you.
I guess
that's the important part.
Yeah. That apparently they like me because they do a great job for me. They could have ambushed me at any time.
Anytime. Anytime.
And isn't that the key to a good leader?
That's right.
You got to know how to delegate.
They have not driven me out yet.
Oh, it's fantastic. Where do people go for tickets, information, all that stuff?
Firehouse.org. You can stop by the Peter G. Kelly Memorial Box Office, open 7 days a week.
Beautiful thing. John Moynihan from the Firehouse. We've been talking about maybe having him on every month. He's not quite averaging that, but I might try to up it because I just, generally enjoy it. So,
and we always got something new.
Yeah.
And I always get some secrets I can keep from you.
Yes. And of course, when we get stuck, we just go to the old reliables of Hanson and
Dave Matthews.
Lee, don't cut any of it. Don't cut it, Lee.
Just keep it going. Keep going. This is going to be a long show.
Live at Drew's house, Joppa Afternoon Drive. Go check out the Firehouse. Another great schedule to end the summer. And then as we enter the fall, I got to start saying that as we enter the fall. My goodness. Appreciate again our team today. You guys are great, as always. Live at Drew's house, Joppa Afternoon Drive. Peace.